So let us settle ourselves, seat ourselves in meditation posture. Meditation posture means that we sit in a comfortable place. Those who are unaccustomed to sitting on the floor or on a support on the floor and more accustomed to sitting in a chair, then please do that. Make sure that the chest, the neck, and the head are arranged in a straight line. We arrange this by pushing the hips forward and keeping the back as straight as possible. Let us not be stiff about it, but let us be in a relaxed and alert posture. Begin your meditation with some symbol or picture in front of you. This will help in your creative imagination. It will assist in your focus. But above all, close the eyes gently, then slightly open them so that your gaze is just a meter or so away. There's a common error that in closing the eyes, we close them tightly instead of in a relaxed way. But relax the entire body, relax your whole being, let go. And as you let go, feel that you are infused with divine presence. That entity from which all things evolve in time, by which all things are pervaded in space, that which is in everything, through everything, as everything, and beyond. Let us, in this brief moment of meditation, try to capture the feeling of this oneness in graded, inspiring steps. Once more, let us feel this presence, Just as we find air inside a box and outside, or inside a pot or outside, air is not located in any particular place. It is an all-pervading entity. And this air contains within it vitality. It contains within it possibilities. It has within it space. It is not just the Earth's atmosphere that we refer to when we talk about air in its broader context. We are talking about space. Within space, this pervading entity comes within us as life and a life breath. Let us feel this moving the lungs. Let us feel it in the warmth of the air that enters through the breathing passages. Let us feel the warmth as it exhales, so that the air meets the surrounding environment. Let us feel glad that we are here. Let us feel joyful that this wonderful, all-loving entity that is also the light of pure consciousness and the life of our individual selves and all individual beings. Let us feel glad that we are here. Let us not be occupied with the events of the day, but rather let us empty these out so that the mind becomes recipient and willing to be filled with divine inspiration and holy presence. Let us now make a mental salutation to all those great beings who have tuned in to this highest principle. Some of them are in the past, some of them are living. Many will come in the future. Those who mentally renounced attachment, those who managed to feel the thrill of loving that supreme entity with all their heart, with all their mind, with all their strength, with all their being, with all their energy. Let us make a mental salutation to our Guru, that one that facilitates the flow of divine grace. In doing this, let us also salute the line of Gurus going back to some avatar, going back to endless time, the time of an era which was full of goodness and purity, where investigative rishis turned their gaze from outside to inside and discovered the glory of the eternal self. And let us make our mental salutations and prostrations to that one behind all of these, that great cosmic mind that creates, that great cosmic mind that is our God. Let us put aside any judgments. Let us put aside any criticisms. Let us put aside any undue biases. Let us accept that this supreme entity is unknown in the normal sense and unknowable in the normal sense. But through divine grace and intuition is fully knowable, indeed, is knowledge and the knower itself. Let us now extend our hands. Let us mentally imagine that we are putting all the offerings of today with the received energy given, all the activities, whether they were frustrations, whether they were satisfactions, and let us offer these at the feet of our chosen ideal of the highest absolute. Now let us stabilize the mind by making our own personal offerings of a divine word or words called mantra. Let us do this with great meaning and great feeling. Let us sit quiet as we make this japa offering, repeating this mantra some 108 times. Let us understand that this mantra is the sound embodiment of your nearest, dearest chosen ideal. Let us take this ideal now and let us mentally seat this in front of us. If you are sitting on a chair, imagine there is an empty chair in front of you. If you are seated on the floor, imagine that there is a throne at the same level of your eyes in front of you. Imagine that your personal ideal is now walking in the room and occupying this seat or chair. This chair, this seat is close to you. And this chosen ideal may be Jesus, it may be Buddha, it may be Ram Krishna, it may be Rama, it may be Krishna, it may be Shiva, it may be an imagined entity that represents for you this highest and most intimate, personal chosen ideal. It might be the divine mother of the entire universe. It might be Sharada Devi. It might be Mother Mary. It might be the form of Durga, Kali, or any other form that you can speak to and listen to. You may think that this is your imagination, and indeed, in your imagination, you should construct an image with feet, limbs, hands, mouth, face, eyes, ears, hair, clothing, garlands. But the fact is that this living entity is living and is present and is here and is now. Let us be aware of this special form presented to us so that we may speak and we may listen. Open your mouth and speak. If others are around, do this inwardly. Or better still, if no one is around, speak out in a soft voice. Express whatever you want. As to a dear friend close by. Sometimes you may not be able to fully visualize this living form in front of you. It is enough to feel the intimate presence, to sense his or her nearness to you, in the same way that you sense the nearness of someone whom you cannot see in a dark room, but whose presence there is very clear to you. Now, after speaking, listen. Be still Be receptive. Listen to what your most beloved is saying to you in reply. Again, talk. If you don't know what exactly you need to say, just narrate all the events over this past day and offer a small comment on each event. This is the difference between thinking and praying. When we think, we're generally talking to ourselves. But when we pray, we talk to God. Let us resolve to have these conversations frequently in the midst of our occupations. Sometimes all we need to do is glance at our most beloved, communicate with him or her through a glance, even without words. Let us feel the intimacy of this prayer. Let us intensify the feeling of this intimacy. Let us feel that no chairs or seats are any longer necessary. Let this presence enter into us fully. Let it occupy every part of the body to the tips of the fingernails. Let us feel the presence stimulated by this prayer. And let this feeling enter deep into us so that we sink down deeply into this beloved presence where we make an intimate union and connection within us. Let us feel that we have enthroned this glorious Lord or Mother within us, within our very heart. Let us feel that this presence moves, as it were, with glory, with radiation outward, giving life and meaning to every single part, not only of this body, but the air and environment around it, every form and shape, removing, saturating, penetrating, overwhelming any fears and doubts, any second entity, one without a second. Let us feel this as consciousness everywhere, or as light that represents it. Let us feel how the whole world is transformed into this essence of love. Now we know what is life. Let us feel that there is one pure being. Let us enjoy this feeling in complete silence. This most favorite and beloved image is a face that you will see in every face, limbs that you see in every limb, a voice you hear in every voice. Let us make a salutation to complete this meditation. We finish off with our usual prayer. O adorable Lord of mercy and love, salutations and prostrations unto Thee. Thou art omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Thou art the indweller of all beings. Thou art existence, pure consciousness and bliss absolute. Sat Chit Ananda. Grant us an understanding heart, equal vision, balanced mind, faith, devotion, and wisdom. Grant us the inner spiritual strength to resist temptations and control the mind. Free us from all our vices. Fill our hearts with divine virtues. Let us behold thee in all these names and forms. Let us serve thee in all these names and forms. Let thy name be ever on our lips. Let thy presence be ever in our hearts. Let us abide in thee forever and ever. Let us abide in thee forever and ever. Let us conclude this short meditation by spreading the peace, the goodness, and the glory that we have felt in all directions, everywhere, for the recognition of a transformation in people's awareness and consciousness. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be blissful.